Department of Homeland Security DHS Secretary Kristi Noem announced additional special operations personnel will be deployed to Illinois after federal agents were rammed and boxed in by 10 cars Saturday near Broadview, where anti-US immigration and customs enforcement ICE. Crowds have been gathering for days, and nearly a dozen people have been arrested. One of the drivers accused of ramming into the law enforcement vehicle was armed with a semi-automatic weapon, according to DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. She said officers who were unable to move were forced to deploy their weapons and fire defensive shots at an armed U.S. citizen. The armed woman, a U.S. citizen identified as Marimar Martinez, was named in a Customs and Border Protection (CBP) intelligence bulletin, DHS wrote in a statement. She allegedly doxed agents and posted online, "Hey to all my gang, let's F those Mutharf up. Don't let them take anyone." McLaughlin said no law enforcement officers were seriously injured during the incident, adding that the woman involved drove herself to the hospital to get care for wounds. The driver of another vehicle, identified by the DHS as Anthony Ian Santos Ruiz, was allegedly involved in the ramming and has been apprehended by law enforcement. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino confirmed the FBI responded and is investigating the incident. "Trying to intimidate law enforcement will not slow us down," Bongino wrote in a statement on social media. "The mission will not stop." The Chicago U.S. Attorney's Office also responded to the attack, calling the situation serious and noting the violence placed officers' life and safety at risk. "This Department of Justice does not tolerate assaults and obstruction of our brave men and women in federal law enforcement," the Attorney's Office wrote in an X post. "We will investigate and prosecute all those who assault or obstruct federal law enforcement, including public officials, and we will hold them accountable to the full extent of the law." The accusants were reportedly performing a routine patrol about 15 miles away from the ICE processing center in Broadview, a suburb of Chicago, when what DHS described as domestic terrorists began throwing smoke, gas, rocks, and bottles. DHS said an ICE vehicle popped a tire and was subsequently mobbed by domestic terrorists, forcing agents to abandon the vehicle for their own safety. The vehicle was significantly damaged, DHS said. 5 people were arrested and charged Saturday in connection with the protests in Broadview, bringing the total to 10 people charged since Friday, according to the Cook County Sheriff's Office. The latest arrests by Illinois State Police involve charges of resisting and obstruction. The ICE facility in Broadview has become a flashpoint for the protests. On Friday, Fox News witnessed more than a dozen protesters being arrested in the streets near the facility, adding fuel to the fire hours after the attack. Illinois Gov. JB Pritzker posted a barrage of statements on X, accusing the Trump administration and federal law enforcement of unprecedented escalations of aggression against Illinois citizens and residents. "This morning, the Trump administration's Department of War gave me an ultimatum. Call up your troops, or we will," Pritzker wrote. "It is absolutely outrageous and un-American to demand a governor send military troops within our own borders and against our will." The governor said in the coming hours, Trump intends to federalize 300 members of the Illinois National Guard. For Donald Trump, this has never been about safety. "This is about control," Pritzker wrote in another post. "I want to be clear. There is no need for military troops on the ground. I will not call up our National Guard to further Trump's acts of aggression against our people," Andrew Boutros, United States Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, said in a statement Saturday. His office has already filed charges against more than 12 people during this surge and is continuing to review cases for additional criminal charges. Boutros said assistant U.S. attorneys will staff the FBI's lead command post on a daily basis to monitor real-time developments and take swift action when criminal offenders assault, obstruct, or impede law enforcement personnel, or destroy federal property. Noem said on Friday that she and her team were blocked from accessing the Village of Broadview Municipal Building, located about 12 miles west of downtown Chicago. Noem said she and her team were stopping for a quick bathroom break. In the same post on X, Noem slammed Pritzker and his cronies. She also posted a video on Saturday of what appeared to be law enforcement activity. The video was captioned, "Chicago, we're here for you." Pritzker responded on X, claiming Noem's efforts were not in the pursuit of justice, but in pursuit of social media videos. Yesterday, Kristi Noem's and Greg Bovino's masked agents threw chemical agents near an elementary school, arrested elected officials exercising their First Amendment rights, and raided a Walmart, he said. Earlier this month, ICE launched Operation Midway Blitz, describing the operation as one that taken would target the criminal illegal aliens who flocked to Chicago and Illinois because they knew Governor Pritzker and his sanctuary policies would protect them and allow them to roam free on American streets.